Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. 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 Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello and welcome. How is everybody doing this evening? We are going to be playing some marbles. Assuming we get enough people to do it. So we're going to be doing a bit of chilled marbles. I was away yesterday visiting the puppy and the kitty. Let me put the emotes in the chat. And that one. And that one. And that one. Hopefully the volume is okay. I am hoping it's alright. And let me just check. Right here. So yeah, we're going to do some marbles. And yeah, hope everyone is well. Check what my... was just checking I wasn't on a different voice. I sometimes am accidentally switched on to baby voice. Right. Okay, I think we're all set up then. Do. There we go. The game is up. Right. I'm gonna do a long Grand Prix, I think. Yeah, let's do the most recent ones, so... some of these look like they could be long. So we'll just have to hope for the best. Right. Let's get started then. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join. I will leave the lobby open to give people a chance to join. For now. I will join myself. But hopefully it won't be a race of one. So yeah, type exclamation mark play in the chat and then your marble will appear on the screen. And you don't have to do anything else other than that. The marble does all the work. It is a game of chance. And yes, there are no real world consequences. Well, other than use of your time watching it. It's Friday. How did we reach Friday? It is Friday, isn't it? Yeah, it is Friday. There was a brief moment where I thought we might be on Saturday, but no, we're not. So yeah, just type exclamation mark play in the chat and you will have your own little marble in the race to join me. I'm just sitting here, chilling. on the course, ready to go. As I mean, if I race against myself, I'm guaranteed to win, that's for sure. But, you know, it's always good to have more than one. Someone other than myself, of course. So yeah, type exclamation play in the chat and you will be able to play. I bet I should probably put something on Twitter as well, as I always forget to do this. So bear with me 2 seconds. There we go. Lovely. Do 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 do. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. A reminder to stay hydrated. Being hydrated is very important. So, I hope everyone is having a good Friday evening. I hope you are enjoying yourselves, whatever you are up to. I'll leave this open for a little bit longer just to give people a chance to join in. Bum ba bum bum. Do 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 do. More than anything, I'm enjoying the relaxed atmosphere right now. Bum, 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 bum. You probably can't actually hear me whistling. Right, I'm going to give it a little bit longer. I might switch up the game if we don't get anyone playing, just because it seems silly to do this with absolutely no one. But you never know. Give it a moment or two. Do 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 do. Bum bum bum. Oh, we've got drops enabled apparently as well. I did not know. I did not know that I had that. So yes. But yeah, I might change the category in a minute. We might do something else if we don't get anyone in, just because it's not really marbles at that point. There are a few. I've got a few other options of what we can do instead, so there's no bother either way. Right, I tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's go back to the main menu. I'm gonna do. Let's have a look at. If you do want to play some marbles, do say hello in chat, just because then I know whether to keep going with this. Hang on, let's community maps. There we go. We can pick out a random one. Like, for example, I'm just going to quickly do a simulation of this one because I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how it performs while we're waiting. Right, let's see how this goes. I don't often do this, but this is quite a good way of passing the time. And if you would like to join in the next a round, then do say hello in chat, because then I will start a viewer-driven Grand Prix. But since it's just me at the moment, then I will. It gives me a chance to get to know some of these courses a bit better as well, so I can get a sense of whether they're worth doing. So far, all 500 marbles that I've released are... Okay, so this one is clearly... Oh, are they going to get yeeted? If you are just tuning in, I am essentially testing while I'm waiting, because I haven't had anyone in. While I'm waiting, I decided I'd do a simulation. So if you want to play some marbles, say hello. Hey, Mrs. Riddick. How's it going? I'm gonna do some viewer marbles in a minute. I just thought I'd simulate one while I'm waiting for people to. Oh, I don't often do the simulation. That's cool. Hope you're having a good evening. I'm gonna start up a Grand Prix in a minute. I'm just curious to see how this map goes. Then I might do it as a player one. Okay, so this one's quite good. Like, most people who go through this one will make it. It's pretty good odds. That's pretty good. Look at them descend. There's a few up here that... There's a few at the top up there that haven't made it. Oh, yeah, I think... That's pretty good odds. Like... That's got to be 90-something%. We'll make it. So... Yeah. I like those odds. Right, let's go back to the... Let's set up a Grand Prix then. Let's do this again. Community maps, latest, and I'm gonna do a 16 map one just because, you know what? Okay, that's 16 maps. Right, let's try this again. If anyone would like to join the next race, type exclamation mark play in the chat. It is very simple. I will leave this open just for a bit longer this time. And we'll see how we get on. Welcome in, Mrs. Riddick. Right, if nothing else, at least I have now one other person to race against, which is a significant improvement. Some might say that's doubling. Actually, no, I had 0 to play against. It would be doubling. There isn't. You can't double 0. I quite like watching the simulations anyway, though, so that was fun. God, I don't know why, but it doesn't quite feel like a Friday. It almost feels like a Sunday to me. Or some other unnamed day of the week that I haven't yet categorized. Right. I'm gonna give a 30-second countdown, so if anyone else would like to join, then there is time. But if not, then me and Mrs. Riddick will do a battle to the end. And now we know what this one looks like as well, so... Here we go. Who will win? Oh, Mrs. Riddick. I would say skillfully done, but as we know, there's nothing deliberate about marbles. Unless you want me to pretend that there is something deliberate about this. Just to maintain some kind of, you know, confidence boost there. Now, there is a chance of being yeeted, so it's not like... So it's not all plain sailing. Let's have a look at where I'm at. Oh, I'm stuck. So that doesn't bode well. I think we might need to do a bit better than that. Let's hope we don't both get stuck, is all I'll say. This is now heavily relying on you getting to the end as well, because if you die, then I just get stuck there, so I'd have to skip the level. Never have we depended so much on so few. That is not what that's saying. That is not the exact words of that saying. And... please. Thank God. Okay, that was very close. If you'd got stuck there, I think I would have potentially lost the will to live with that one. Okay, right. It won't be long before I'm put out my misery. Here we go. Here we are. Okay. Well done, Mrs. Riddick. You won that one. Right, let's move on to the next map. Deathly Star War. If anyone wants to play, just type !play in chat. I will join there. And give people a chance to join. I'm quite tired. I was out in the rain quite a lot today, so this is quite nice as relaxing sort of bit of variation. So yes, anyone who would like to play, just type !play in the chat. It is very, very simple indeed. And that is all you need to do. In the meantime, I will just vibe. Can I have a look around the course? No, I can't. Thought there was a way of no. I'm sure I thought there was a way, but maybe not. Don't know what that is. But yes, if you'd like to join, just type !play. It's very, very simple. Very simple indeed. Oh, nice. I shall join you. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right.
What's occurring?
What's occurring?
I said, what's occurring?
What's occurring? Nothing really. I'm drinking. And it's actually really nice.
Oh, very nice. Well,
I only have one of them because it's like a miniature. Because it was. Like,
oh yeah.
We bought it in to taste it, and it's actually really nice.
Hmm. Do you like?
It's a salted caramel vodka liqueur.
Oh, that sounds intriguing.
It's actually really nice.
Because I'm not normally a vodka person, but I am a salted caramel person. So.
Yep.
Hmm.
See, I'm really looking forward to my Mother's Day. See, I know what my Mother's Day is because I fucking bought it myself. I ordered it myself. And I'm really looking forward to having that.
My mum's done
same
very
way-
well out of Mother's Day. She's had 2 Mother's Days. Because me and my brother live in different places and we haven't been able to coincide. So I took my mum for tea and then dinner at this really nice place in the countryside near where I live. And then my brother took my mum out on Wednesday in London. So yeah,
Oh,
it's been multiple Mother's Day. She's like the queen.
nice.
She gets 2 celebrations.
So yeah, so it's the same company that we ordered these little miniatures from. So it's
Oh,
that
yeah.
Hotel Chocolate.
Oh yeah, I like them. Yeah, they're good.
Oh yeah. So that's where it's come from. So my actual Mother's Day is, it's a bit like a Baileys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of Baileys, but this particular liqueur is a salted caramel and clementine.
Oh, ooh, I like the addition of the clementine as well. Yeah, that
Yeah, well,
sounds
see,
nice.
we've had the hot chocolate, which is the salted caramel and clementine,
Mm.
and it is, it's so good.
That sounds good.
It reminds me of a Terry's chocolate orange.
Don't tap it, whack it.
That's right. So it like the hot chocolate tastes like that. So it's like this has just got a splash of vodka in it. I think it's vodka and cream, or it's something like that. I can't quite remember exactly what's in it, but it's that kind of thing.
Nice. That sounds very good. We've
But it's
got.
just like I've just filled my glass full of ice and then poured it over, and I've just left it to kind of melt a bit.
Ooh, very nice.
So I wasn't keen in to begin with because like I never drink anything just like as it is. Like I would normally have a mixer
Yes.
of some kind. But that, because obviously it's a liqueur, so normally.
Well, that's the thing. Liqueurs are generally fine because they've been flavored anyway, I guess. So
Yeah.
I guess it's a bit different.
But it actually it says kind of cooking best enjoyed with lots of ice. That's what
Oh,
I did,
I might.
and it's really nice.
I do. I'm not always a liqueur fan, but there are the odd ones that I do like. So I might to give keep an eye out. My problem is that the danger with like anything that's sweet and alcoholic is I forget that it's alcoholic, and I end up drinking more than I should do. So I always
I'm
have.
not gonna lie. Like, so that particular one, the vodka liqueur one that I've got just now, like I can taste the alcohol.
Oh wow, that's.
So do you know what I mean? It's like I could not drink very many of them. I think maybe it's an absolute push 2
Okay.
would be like my absolute one, because I think it's got that sweetness, but I can catch that alcohol taste. But I think it's that's fucking vodka in it.
Yeah, vodka.
Vodka.
It's hard not to taste it. To be honest, vodka is
Yeah.
a strong one. Right, I'm gonna start this race.
Okay.
It's a
What are we doing,
1v1.
Gran, eh?
I know you won the first one.
Yes.
I got literally just stuck behind a post. I was just like hiding behind it. So
I'm not even online.
I know it's like you kind of aggressively go to the end, and I'm just hiding like at the start of the course. Oh dear.
So, I have had a shot of that game that we've now installed.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's actually really good. I mean, there's this whole. Unfortunately, I struggled to find anything that actually told you how to do things or what things are. So there was 3 of us: myself, Jimbo, and Lottie. Oh, that was just none of us had ever played before, so it's 3 newbies.
Ultimate Chaos, yeah.
Oh,
Hey Jezjo, you'll be able to join in the next round. We're just in the middle of a round at the moment, but hang around for the next one, and we'll be able to join the. Welcome into the chat though.
Hi.
Me and Mrs. R are currently in a 1v1. Okay, well no, it's now a 1.
I'm in the lasers.
It's now
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's now just a 1. No V about it.
Okay, how are you gonna do? And how on earth are you meant to?
I died.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think MD was really gonna get past that.
No. It was It was only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Deathly Star War, that one was called. Okay.
Okay.
That explains that one.
Mm.
Exclamation mark play if you'd like to join the next one. Hopefully this one will be less deathly. Right, I'll leave this open for a little bit. So tell me, so it's like on my Steam when I downloaded it, it said like the comparisons it gave were Phasmo and Ghost Watchers.
Yes.
Like, tell me like what they're like in relation to what it's like in relation to that.
So it's definitely better than Phasmo. Like
Okay.
this playing this, it's like fuck Phasmo. I ain't ever can play Phasmo again. That's piss. In terms against Ghost Watchers, it is a notch up from Ghost Watchers for like definite.
Oh yeah.
Because as it turns out now, because we got King in. King come in and played. Now he's played quite a bit. There is only 1 level at the moment because obviously it's the demo.
Of course, yeah.
There are some bugs as well.
Oh, we love a good bug.
Aye, so what he has said, if there is any bugs, quickly screenshot any error that comes up. They have a Discord, and the minute they know of anything, they're working on those patches now for the demo. Now. But there are voice commands that you do in the game. Are you had enough? I was supposed to say you've come through with that. I really like it. That's what I was saying. It's an absolute push. I could do 2, but then that'd be like 2 for my entire night, and then that would be
Right, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown now. So anyone else who would like to join, type exclamation mark play in chat.
joined.
You've got time.
You could have joined in the race. The marbles race. Marbles. Yeah, you'd like marbles on streamer. You just literally type in exclamation mark play.
And the marble
leave
does the
marbles.
rest.
Oh,
It's like gambling, but without financial consequences.
it sure says it's like gambling without any financial consequences or games. I said that wrong.
You did.
You know what I meant. Exactly. See? So, yeah, no, an absolute push. I would have 2, but it'd like to be 2. he finds it too sweet. Because we both got a bottle. Miniature
Oh,
bottle
yeah.
Because what I did was we bought 2 of that vodka liqueur.
Oh no, you've been
What?
yeeted against me.
For fuck's sakes. Eh?
Better than someone to do one nice one.
Aye. But I bought me mum one to put in with her Mother's Day. But hers is more like the big call. I'm going to hand me the other one.
Right, it's just you and me, Jess. Now we're gonna try and make it to the end.
So yeah, my mum's one it's the velvetized chocolate cream.
Oh yeah.
So it's vodka it's in it, because I think that's what's in my one. So hers it's vodka, chocolate and cream. It's only 12%. So it's like the Baileys. And my mum loves a Baileys.
Do you remember the advert for Bailey's where they broke off the icicle? From the it was like I think it was around Christmas time. Like they break off an icicle and then break it into the Baileys. Because my dad did an ad campaign for Bailey's. I don't know how many years ago it was now, but whenever I see that advert, I'm like, oh, my dad did that one.
Oh,
Yeah, he worked for Diageo for a while.
nice.
The
You'll need to join the next round.
slowly increasing our ranks.
Yep. I keep kicking the cat. Yeah, the cat has taken to... I've got a cushion pillow thing under my desk. And it's actually one of those that you can put your feet into. There's 2 little holes to put your feet in.
Oh, very nice.
But the cat sleeps in it.
Oh,
And because it's
okay.
where my feet would go, I kind of forget he's there and I either stand on him or I kick him. And then he looks at me like he's gonna murder me. So, and a part of me is like saying, look, I'm really sorry, cat, but at the same time, it's like, do you know what? Fuck you. You're at my feet. That's where my feet go. It's your own fault.
You chose where to sit. You knew that my feet had been
Exactly.
there on a previous occasion, and yet you still proceeded
Exactly.
to sit there.
So yeah, it's a demonologist. It is. It seems to be. I think it's gonna be really good.
Okay, so it was worthwhile me downloading the demo then. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
And like so, it's the little. It's as King was kind of saying. It's the voice command puzzles.
That
So
sounds
there's
fun,
things-
actually.
Yeah. So there's.
Is it
things
scary? Like, is it because Ghost
Yes.
Watchers is scary?
that- Yes.
Is it about a scary or scarier?
Oh, it's scarier.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, in fact, I tell you.
Gory or
Let-
just scary?
This is scary.
Good. Okay, that's fine.
Let me find the clip. Because it's like, this is the clip that was like, because like, I wasn't going to play this game. Because like, so I'd seen a little bit, and then I saw the clip of Soul screaming. And it was the scream. It was like, right, if he's screaming, fuck this.
Do you think Jasper will be able to cope with another ghost hunting
God.
game? Because we've only just got him onto Ghost
I think-
Watchers.
I think this might
Jasper's
be-
totally sold on Ghost Watchers now as well.
Yeah, it's like, so I think I would wait until we've kind of got like a full understanding, because like there's
Yeah,
not
that's true.
much to even like explain the
That is
equipment.
true.
Cause like, so, I mean, literally, me, Jimbo, and Lottie were like wandering around with these equipment. Like, we don't even know what these things do. We don't know how they actually work. So once King came in, it was like, oh, okay, right, okay, get it now. How long do you think this Grand Prix takes?
The total of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Why'd you ask?
No, because I actually had a game that I was going to open up. It's like that, which I can just sort of can do in the sly.
Oh, I see. There's like a good 15 races left after this one, 14 or 15
Oh,
maybe.
that's fine. I can
There's
run around
loads.
and just pick up little waypoints and things.
Oh, cool.
It's Genshin. My
Oh, yeah, I know.
game
Yeah.
that I am not addicted to.
Wait, what? Season disabled? What?
What?
Mysterious.
Bizarre.
That was very
You'll
strange.
get in this one.
Yeah, exclamation mark play if you'd like to join. I have no idea what happened with the leaderboard just there.
And by the way, you're welcome for your gift sub. You're welcome for your gift sub. Did you? Yeah, you got a little. You put Joe's face next
Oh
to your
yeah.
name.
Got a little avocado there.
Got a little. Yeah, I know you didn't fucking notice. That's why I said, "Oh, you're welcome." Yeah.
Exclamation mark play if anyone else would like to join. Do.
Fucking see.
Oh, I shall have a look at that
Sure, I told you.
clip a bit later.
Yes. I find it funny because that was one of the things that was like, so hell no, am I playing this? But it was like, so do you know what? No, let's give it a go because I had the same attitude to Ghost Watchers.
Absolutely.
So I thought, no, right, let's have a go.
My problem with Ghost Watchers initially was like not understanding what was happening, so there wasn't.
Yes.
I felt like I wasn't doing that much, and what I was doing was not very productive. Whereas
Yeah.
now I know how Ghost Watchers works,
Yes.
but I think it just requires someone who knows what they're doing to explain it quite patiently.
See, that was like the fine thing for, like, so because we got King's like level 12 in it already.
Oh wow! Okay.
He's unlocked a new like base hub and everything, which is really cool because there are voice things in that you can see and things happen, which I thought was really cool. So there are things in it. It's just like, oh, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah, it does sound cool.
It's the understanding of how to play.
So can you? So obviously, you know, like Ghost Watchers, there's aspects where you could get killed outside of the
Yeah.
house. Is this one where you can get killed?
You can only be killed in the house.
Okay, so that aspect is more like Phasmo.
Yeah. It's the same idea. It's 3 pieces of evidence to identify your ghost.
Uh huh.
And it has to be that everyone has to lock in the ghost
Yeah.
type. It then opens up the next step. Now you can leave after you've worked out the ghost, or you can stay and you complete the optional objectives.
So in terms of like the function of the game, it's a fusion between Ghost Watchers and Phasmo.
Yep.
Obviously, that the actual game itself is different, but
But
yeah.
in order to perform the exorcism, you have to complete the optional objectives, and then that unlocks exorcising the ghost.
Ah.
But again, it's like you don't have to go to that stage.
That's quite cool.
But
So
it's-
actually people with different like levels of like endurance for that kind of game can kind of adapt it to what they want to do. That
Yeah.
sounds quite cool.
Obviously it can hunt you. It will kill you. Hiding is apparently not that effective. I think so
Interesting.
it's still to be tested. But you can outrun it. But you have to, there's like a little technique with the sprinting to try and sprint efficiently, which is quite cool.
Because I'm much better at hiding than anything else, as you know, in these games. Hiding or dying are my specialities. I'm just... Why am I still stuck up here? And... who is going to win? Ooh. Cannon. I do like these community maps, but some of them are so weird.
Mm-hmm.
some of them, you just like, you can tell that they've just been designed by someone who's having a strange day.
Hmm.
This one is fine, I think, so far. Come on, please. There we go.
on.
In.
Let's have this.
Uh. Did you ever see on Netflix Sandman, the series?
No, I didn't.
It's very good. I'm rewatching it at the moment. I first watched it pretty much when it came out, I think, or about that sort of time. And it's so brilliant. It's a real mixture of like kind of fantasy sort of thriller, but set in the real world, so to speak. And some of the episodes are just so good. I've watched an episode that made me really tense and was like really trying to find out what was happening, and then another episode that made me cry. So I've like, that show is screwing with my emotions. I love a show that can do that though.
Mm.
I get very bored if a show has no emotional impact on me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very tense. Who is gonna win? Oh my god. Oh my. What's happening here? Oh.
Who won? Oh, you won.
I won.
Great.
Wait. I'm so confused though. Look, season disabled. It says
Oh, wait.
the ordering is all wrong.
Yeah.
Let me look this up. Marbles. I'm confused as to why it says that.
Actually, I don't know.
I don't know whether it's worth me like restarting the Grand Prix or something, or just letting it. Hang on, let me have a look.
No. I mean, you're not that
At the
far
moment,
in,
it's showing the. Hang on, we've got. Yeah, I might restart because I'm a bit confused. Hang on. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Just because I'm a bit puzzled as to what's going on. Okay, so yeah, the season is... Oh, except... Hang on. It says season 41 is February 18th to March the 15th. So I wonder if there's like a new season coming out.
Or maybe.
Maybe that's just why. They haven't released the new one yet, though. Wait. Yeah, it says the game... Oh well. We should definitely do Plate Up again sometime.
Yeah.
As I do enjoy that. Let's do 12. Let's do these ones. Okay, right. Yeah, I guess the season is disabled, so I... Because it's ended, so I
Okay.
guess that's why. Right. Exclamation mark play. Do. Right, I've got a new race open now.
Okay.
There we are. Yeah, I don't know if you're around tomorrow evening, but I am also around then.
I am. I have the weekend off.
Nice. Well, we could do something tomorrow evening. We could either do Plate Up or we can do something completely different. Exclamation mark play if anyone would like to join. I think Jasper found Plate Up a bit stressful.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult in a way because I just embrace the chaos with a game like that. But you have to kind of accept that there's not much time for someone to explain what's happening.
Yeah.
Because it's just moves so fast. But
Have you seen something?
what's happening?
Oh, it's just the cat.
Oh,
The other one.
you're being yeeted. I don't think it's a bad yeet
Oh.
per se, but it's
Ooh.
it's
I'm still in.
that was quite an impressive yeet.
I see that's a lot of his pouches.
There we go.
That one, probably don't.
This one looks like so much potential for yeeting. Because the entire thing is just those little springy
Yeah.
pillars.
And it's like, oh, just get caught wrong.
Which you did, but were lucky enough that it propelled
Yeah,
you
that it
forward
stayed on.
onto the course to actually help you. Oh, I had the same thing happen.
Oh.
I didn't actually catch it at the start, but I just got flung. Oh, here we go. It's happened to you again.
Oh, God.
Oh. And yeah, you're still fine. Right. You're into the next section. What the hell is going on here? Is this? Oh yeah, this is similar to the earlier bit. Yeah. Come on. Oh wow, you are a country mile ahead at the moment. Whoa, that was close.
No, I'm good.
Oh my.
Oh. Oh. Go on. Go on,
Why is
go
it
on,
putting
go
you
on.
backwards?
I don't
Oh
know.
my god, this is stressful, this one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did it. You did it.
Yay!
That's difficult. Whoever designed that's actually a really clever one. Yeah, see, I got yeeted at the end there. That was close. Right, how's Colin gonna do? Yeah, this one's quite tense. Oh. Oh, it's being sent backwards. Right, 49 seconds. Oh. Hey, Tom. I assume Henry is there as well. I miss Henry. I got to cuddle Henry last night. Although he took up most of the bed, so... The tension. Oh my god, 15 seconds! No! Oh god. Colin. Oh my god.
Colin, you can do it!
No! You've got 4 seconds! No! You're so close to the end! But, Mrs. Riddick, you set a new track record.
Hey!
Tom, has Henry got Beatrice with him, or is it just Apparently, I got a drop. I mean, I'm playing the game, so yeah. Well done, Mrs. Riddick. You survived, and none of the rest of us did. Exclamation mark play if anyone would like to join the next round. This one looks like a really molten pizza.
Aye.
He has Beatrice with him. Yeah, I got Henry a new toy, which is this bear called Beatrice. I called it Beatrice because I thought it was a good name. Yeah, if anyone wants to play, you don't actually have to do anything other than type exclamation mark play in the chat. And then you get a little marble that can roll around. It's very simple. Do do. Do 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 do. I hope everyone in chat is doing well. And as I said before, this game is like it's like gambling, but you know, without the financial consequences. So all you have to do is type that in the chat, and you're off. Off you go. Tom, does Henry want to play? You should create a Twitch account for Henry. Let's just put some Henry emotes in the channel. Henry is the pup. Henry's going through his teenage phase at the moment.
I see.
Yeah. But yes, exclamation mark play if you would like to join. Tom, if you want to play, then all you have to do is type exclamation mark play and you'll get your own little marble. Puppy. Puppy. He is small and he is fluffy. Right, I'm going to start the 30-second countdown. I'm getting so attached to Henry now. Like, every time I leave him, I get so sad. And Susie's so cute as well.
Yes.
They're my fur babies. My little fur babies. Henry is a duvet hog, though. He will not let me have any duvet. Right, who is gonna win? Do. Descend. Do. I have no idea what this race is like, so we shall find out shortly. This one looks very molten. I've seen burnt pizzas look like this. No! Tom, you've been yeeted! Bye-bye. Bye-bye! So sad. Yeah, exactly. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Oh, Mrs. Riddick's in the lead again. So far. Oh, no. It's a battle between Colin and Mrs. Riddick. Who's it gonna be? Oh. It's topsy-turvy. Oh, you did it again, Mrs. R.
Yay!
Colin's just being flung backwards constantly.
Oh, finally.
This is not going
What's
well
that?
for us. We're just being flung backwards constantly. Oh, no. Come on.
No.
Where did I go? Oh no, I'm over there. Oh, oh no, I've been flung backwards again as well. Try not to get my hopes up too much. Oh, that's better. No, it's not. Bye-bye.
The belters move from my feet.
How generous.
Mm.
Right, come on. 50 seconds.
Are you gonna make it?
We are struggling here. If this is another one where so far you're the only one that's made it. Tom got yeeted a while back. Oh my god. Well, now you're not even going forwards.
Oh dear.
Oh no. What is happening? Come on. Come on. 16 seconds. Not optimistic. I don't know why, but our marbles have just like literally
They've
stopped.
just given up.
Yeah, they've basically decided that they don't want to live anymore. Okay. Well done, Mrs. Riddick, for once again
Yay!
surviving whilst no one else does. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join the next round. You'd
Oops,
like
I have capitals. Did that work?
capital play.
Yay!
Play! Hey, Magic Phoenix, how you doing? Exclamation mark play if you'd like to join some marbles. I'm good, thank you.
I didn't mean to shout.
I'm just going to quickly nip to the loo and also fill up my water, so I shall leave this open. So
Okay.
you're in charge.
Hey! I'm in charge. Quick, Abdi, cause chaos. Spam the chat or something. Oh, I don't know if he does. How is everyone? How are you all doing in chat? Hope you're all good. Welcome to Joe's stream. I'm in charge for maybe 2 more minutes. You people. Hmm. That's true. Ah.
Right.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome.
Thank you. If anyone else would like to play, just type !play in chat. I love how Tom joined and then immediately got yeeted, so that was, I'm sure, delighted with that. Just blame Susan, Tom. That's all you need to do.
No, don't blame
Well, no, because Susan
No.
does that. She just bats like so. It's the like she swipes things like she just like hits Henry on the nose. So I kind of imagine it's the same gesture. She's just swiped the marble off the course. She's that kind of cat. She would do that, and I respect her for it. Right. I'm starting the countdown, 30 seconds. If anyone else wants to join, you've got time. Welcome back in, Tom.
I just don't actually know what I'm supposed to do.
Here we go. !play. Anyone wants to join? Okay, right, starting the round. There we go. If you miss this round, you can always join the next round. Ooh, lots of love hearts. Isn't that lovely? So cute. Oh my god. Can anyone beat Mrs. Riddick's reign of supremacy? Oh, that's nice. Most of us are sticking together, except Tom, who's just like hanging back. You're right here over here, Tom. Just by yourself. Oh no, you're catching up a little bit. Here we go. Oh. And down the funnel. Whee! Oh. Oh great. We've got a lot of blocks to break, everyone. Get breaking.
Jeepers.
Oh. We have an escapee. We've got 3 here. Meanwhile, me and Colin are stuck. Oh, okay. That didn't go very well for... Oh, okay. So 3 eats. Mrs. Riddick,
Oh,
Tom,
my God.
and Phoenix. Yeah. It's just me. Oh, I've been yeeted. It's just Colin left now.
Oh, he's chuffed.
It means that technically, even if you get yeeted, you still come first in the round. It doesn't mean you won it, per se, but you would... In a tie-break, this would... Here we go. Can you make it?
He reckons he's bound to get yeeted.
This one seems difficult. I'm just going to put it out there. Oh, where are you going to go? Oh. You did it! You won!
Yay!
Oh my god. So now, your household holds all of the wins so far. It's the Marbles dynasty. Right. If anyone wants to play the next round, can we defeat the dynasty? !play in chat if you would like to join. It's very simple. Do, 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 do.
Yeah, I quite like marbles.
And if you haven't seen on my Discord yet, everyone, I have announced the date of my streamiversary, celebrating
saw.
3 years on Twitch. Exciting. It's going to be a long old stream. I'm going to start at 10 in the morning, and we're going to see how far we go. I have like a limit to how late I will go. I've done it on a Sunday because I figured I'd rather have more people around in the daytime than everyone clustered towards
He's back under there.
the night. I think that was
Yeah.
my theory, was that more people would be around on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And
I
people-
won't know yet because I don't have rota till then. Oh, well, do I? I think I have a rota out, but I don't think it goes to that far.
But yeah, so that day, I'm gonna favour games that are interactive or
Yeah.
can have multiple people play on the
Yeah.
basis that I think what I'll do is, for games that I don't play that day, I will probably find some funny clips from the past of that. Because as fun as some games you play, if they're only 4-player, some of them don't work. Like, I'll probably have some of the, like, you know, like Ghost Watchers in there, but I'll probably spend more time on, you know, stuff where we can get loads of people in at once, if we can. Yeah, I'll sort of work out a schedule at some point.
Yeah. What was the date again?
It's the 23rd, running into the early hours of the 24th
Where's
of
my line?
of April. Exclamation mark player, if anyone else would like to join. We have 4 of us in.
Ooh. I will be around, but after 3 o'clock.
That's fine. I mean, that will be still the majority of the stream still to go at that point, in theory.
Yeah.
It's a subathon, so it's slightly dependent on like how
Yeah,
that
'cause
aspect of it goes. But
My Saturday into Sunday is my sleep shift.
okay, cool.
So it'll be one of them for like, so I'll be around for the majority of it after 3 o'clock, but probably not till 2
That's
too
cool.
late, 'cause I'm not sure what I'm working the Monday yet. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I thought I'd do it on a Sunday because on balance, I thought, you know what, the bits that will be really late, i.e. between 10 o'clock and 2 in the morning, if I get that far, that will
Yeah.
pick up people who follow me from like the US and places like that.
Yeah.
And then actually being on a Sunday, more people will be around in the day. So, yeah, it will be more of an even distribution. Because in the past,
Yeah.
I've done it on like a Friday or a Saturday, which has been fine. But then it kind of doesn't. Yeah. Also, as it happens, I can't actually do. Well, I could have done the Saturday, but I would have been I will have gone out the night before. So I was like, I don't want to be hungover doing a subathon. Right, I'm starting a 30-second countdown. So anyone else who hasn't joined, you type exclamation mark play in the chat, and you can get your own little marble to roll around. Welcome in, Woodrow Wilson. Claps you, and you're on listening only. Lovely. Well, I shall make sure I give the best narration possible for you. I didn't know Woodrow Wilson, the former US president, played marbles, but you know, it's been a long century. Right. Oh, yeah. Shooting off into the tunnel. This is called Deadly Circling Finish, which sounds ominous. Very ominous. And if you're just tuning in, welcome in everyone. I hope you are enjoying this evening. We're having a chilled marble session. I am joined by Mrs. Riddick in voice chat, who is
Hi.
my is like, you kind of, we kind of complete a chaotic duo whenever we game together, really. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, let me give you a shout out there. So Mrs. Riddick streams as well, so please do check out her channel for,
You wanna...
what's this clip gonna be? That's interesting.
is it?
It's Phasmo, and it was clearly out of context, and it was like the door had just been locked. So you said, I think you were halfway through a sentence, so what you said is, you wanna fuck. That was how that sentence ended. So, out of context, quite strange. Oh, what is it with these blocks of... So we've just hit... We've hit an obstacle. Woodrow Wilson, I like your marble as a heart. It really fits this map, actually, because there's lots of heart-themed ones around at the moment. So it suits it very nicely. Here we go. Oh. The dynasty is still in front. That's how I'm referring to you and Colin from now on. The dynasty. The Marbles dynasty. It's close though. Oh. 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 Colin, you won. Mrs. Riddle, we got yeeted.
Yay.
So, oh, now you and Colin are level pegging. 2 for 2. Oh. Both won the same number of races. Right, exclamation mark play if you would like to join the next round. I will click join as well. And thank you for joining everyone this evening. Oh, you're welcome, Phoenix. I turned on drops, so any game I play where drops are enabled, then it yeah, just gives you that extra excuse. Oh, Tom's back in. Yeah, if anyone else wants to join, exclamation mark play. That includes you, Mrs. Riddick.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
You can't let the dynasty down.
Hang on, I'm on my way.
It's okay, I'm not. Welcome in. Right, I will start the 30-second countdown, but anyone else who wants to join, you've got time to take part. Here we go. Who is going to win? No, so far, every single game has been won by your household. So, you're like the Tudors of marbles. So you have to decide which of you is which Tudor monarch. You're gonna be Elizabeth, Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary.
So I share a birthday with Henry VIII. Obviously not the same century, or indeed the same year, but still same day. Oh, I've been yeeted. Tom's been yeeted. You've been yeeted.
Have I?
Oh no, you have. Oh no. Oh no.
Am I still there?
No, you were, but you're not. We're almost everyone is gone except former U.S. President Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson was president during the First World War, I believe. Didn't he sign the Treaty of Versailles? I want to say, if I remember my history. Okay, no one won. Everyone died. So, yeah. Gargantuous Steve Waffle. That sounds like a unusual affliction. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join this one. You did indeed sign the treaty first time. Oh, and you've survived long enough to have a Twitch account as well. It's amazing. Hang on, let's see. So if I look up Andre Wilson, was born in 1856, so that makes you 167 years old. Woodrow Wilson, if you are genuinely in my Twitch chat and you are 167 years old, then you need to tell science. Because that is impressive. Also, it's quite a jump to go from, you know, governing the United States to in the First World War to having a Twitch account. There's not much crossover there. Right, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. Anyone else who would like to play, there is still time to join. You still have time to take part. I do like marbles. I find it very relaxing. Except when we get around where the marbles just get stuck and you're like willing them. 167 years old, nearly 168. Well, let us know when it's your birthday, Woodrow, and we'll congratulate you. Were you responsible for the League of Nations, or did I imagine that? I love how I am talking to you as if I'm genuinely speaking to... Because of course I am. It makes sense. There's nothing weird about that at all.
Not at all.
Absolutely. I mean, we've
Oh,
got
hell no.
a woolly unicorn, a genuinely woolly unicorn. We've got a magic phoenix, and we've got former US President Woodrow Wilson. So, you know, those are all normal things to have. If I'm taking my people's Twitch usernames literally, then it's exactly what we have. December the 28th is your 168th birthday. We'll be sure to pop into chat on December the 28th and we'll wish you a happy birthday, Woodrow Wilson. Do you have to put 168 candles on the cake? Or are you gonna like round, are you gonna kind of one for every 10 years or something like that? Even that's a lot of candles actually. Right. Let's see. So, Woodrow Wilson is in the lead, I think. Colin is quite close behind. Got Phoenix there. Hey Hanabi, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
Hi.
Mrs. Ritter is spinning around in the words of Kylie Minogue. Oh, okay. Well, we're going for that one then. I was thinking of Kylie Minogue.
I'm spinning around.
Tom, so far, alive. It's always nice. How long it will last? Who knows? You've not had the best track record with this. Oh, Woodrow Wilson has won. Okay, so that's the first time that someone that's the first time that someone other than the dynasty have won. Oh, well, that's nice, Abby. I'm glad we can provide you with an entertaining evening there. So, yeah, feel free to join in the next round. Sign the League of Nations. Ah, yeah. I feel like I'm doing pretty well with my history memory here. Oh, enjoy dinner, Tom. And say hello to James and the Fur Babies for me. James and the Fur Babies sounds like a really weird band name. Bye-bye! Yes, exactly, Tom. Oh, Mrs. Riddick, you've been yeeted. I don't know how, but you have. Oh, so has Tom. Tom, once again. Bye-bye. Lovely. Okay. Next race. Oh, Aggressive Down Abyss. Sounds delightful.
Oh, yes.
Exclamation mark play if you would like to join. I'll leave that one open. So yeah, anyone who would like to join. You had a stroke in office and you're still alive however many years after your presidency. I guess you don't keep track so much anymore. Yes. 1921. So that means it's 103 years since you stopped being president. If anyone else would like to join, it's very simple. Just have to type exclamation mark play in the chat. And then we will begin rolling around and hoping for the best. Which is all you ever need to do in life. Your friend Abraham Lincoln hasn't entered the chat yet. I mean, I'm very surprised. I'd be very surprised if he entered the chat. I'm pretty sure he died. I mean, I thought you'd died, Woodrow Wilson, as well, but you know. We've been surprised a lot today. I mean, if Abraham Lincoln was still alive... Hang on, maths. One moment.
Hang on.
223 minus 9. He'd be 214 years old. No, yeah, no, maybe 215. 214. That would be quite impressive. Right, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. Anyone else who would like to play, just type exclamation mark play in the chat. And you will be able to join. It's very simple. Just going to stretch my legs. Do. Very simple indeed. And if you missed this round, you can always join the next one. As the marbles continues. Right. Oh, we're all entering a strange capsule, said the actress to the bishop. My personal trainer's got me saying that phrase, and it's stuck in my head. Oh, I've been yeeted. Lovely. The dynasty is currently proceeding through the course. Oh, what's this? Mrs. Riddick, can you see my chat?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean? Have you ever come across that before?
No, but I've got an idea.
So does that mean if I've banned someone before?
It's potentially someone who has been banned before who may have potentially have created another account.
Okay. I don't think it is, because Woodrow Wilson mentioned Abraham Lincoln hasn't entered the chat yet. What I think it is, I think it's because it's another account from the same person, so it's not someone who's. I think it's recognizing that because it's recognizing a second account from the
Yeah.
same IP address in the chat, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it's one of those where like, I think it's only us that sees that.
Yeah, it's apologies if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about. Moderators chat tells us that if there's a, I think it's usually if there's a second account from the same IP address. Yeah, unfortunately, Abraham Lincoln, you can't get away with that now. You have to, because Twitch will tell us if it's the same, if it's from the same place. If you are enjoying yourself, anyone who's new, then do feel free to drop a follow. Follows are free and are much appreciated, and it allows you to keep up to date with all of the fun things that go on. Are you a memeing history lessons? Absolutely. Well, thank you, and thank you for the follow, Abraham Lincoln. It's really great honor to have the former president of the United States, who was assassinated, be still alive and in my Twitch chat. It's So yeah, welcome in everyone. And exclamation mark play if you'd like to join. How do I get it to stop acknowledging? Because they're not a ban evader.
I might have to do it.
Because I've got mod view open, but yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? I think it's because obviously if someone's already in the chat, it then recognizes them as there's more than one account, which is funny because that's what something my dad used to do, is have multiple accounts, and Spook's done the same thing as well.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
can't get away with that now. I will spot it.
Got it.
So should it stop doing that now?
It should stop doing it now, yeah.
Lovely, thank you.
We'll soon know.
But yes, thank you very much for the follow and for bringing a bit of American presidential history into a game of marbles. And speaking of marbles, the next lobby is open. Type exclamation mark play in chat if you would like to join. I hope everyone is doing well this evening, or whatever time it is wherever you are in the world, or whatever time period in history you are in. Maybe you're logged into Twitch from the past via VPN. I'm assuming VPNs can travel through time, right? Maybe Surfshark or NordVPN has a fourth dimension setting that allows you to join in games from other centuries. Now, using NordVPN, you can connect to a game of chess in 1678.
Oh, I did double play.
Play.
Yay! It's
Play. So yes, anyone who would like to join, type exclamation mark play in the chat. I will start a countdown of 30 seconds. So you do have time to join if you haven't already, and if you miss this round, then you can join the next one. That's quite useful actually that Twitch tells you if
Yeah. It's the first I've seen that come up.
it's useful.
Sorry.
Especially if Spook plays pranks on me. I'll know if he's lying. He'll have to use a VPN to cover his tracks. And actually, that's assuming... I'm assuming that's how it works. I'm assuming it's IP address based. You know, the moderator view of Twitch has become a lot more sophisticated over time. It is...
Yes.
It's a lot better than it used to be. Like, now you no longer have to install things to do, like, stuff like safe mode for you.
Yeah.
It's got it all built in, which I think is... took its time. Oh, I've been yeeted. That's fun. Hanabi, you're being closely pursued by Abraham Lincoln, so I don't know how you feel about that. I'm not sure how Abraham Lincoln feels being manifested by a marble. It's quite a change of career for a president. From president to marble. The Abraham Lincoln story. You won't hear this story anywhere else. Oh Jesus! Oh, Hanabi's been yeeted. This looks like a difficult map because all the fire that's going on. And Abraham Lincoln has been assassinated again. Oh, Colin.
Oh.
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 Has he done it?
No. Oh my god. You're so... I don't actually understand what... You did it! Colin, you did it!
Yay!
The dynasty reigns supreme once more. Do, 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 do. Right, exclamation mark play if you would like to join. Do, 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 do. Yeah, anyone who would like to join. Yeah, it got you very fast, that one, Hanabi. The fire caught you out. Do.
Yay.
Just waiting on you, Mrs. R.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. And if anyone else wants to join, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown, so that is running now.
I'm already in.
Excellent.
Oh, is he on as well? Or you can type in the chat to him and tell him I said hi.
Right, here we go. Spinning. Up we go. Now, no one can accuse me in this Grand Prix of rigging anything because I have yet to win a single race. So
That's true.
normally it would be very easy to accuse me, but in this case, I have failed consistently. Where am am I at the moment? Oh, I'm just being spanked over here. Interesting. Well, we've all got to have a hobby. Oh, interesting. Where is the end of this course, actually? This is quite a strange... This is quite a strange one. Oh, it's got portals, that's why. Oh, I see. It's a way of skipping bits of it. Right, well, we're all stuck together now. It's just a question of who's going to get through first. Here we go. Exactly. Out of our way. This is Unknown Aggressive World, this one is called. It's just my experience of clubbing, to be honest. Unknown Aggressive World. And... oh. We're in a line. There is no first place at the moment. This is the truly egalitarian race. We are completely... we're just in a line.
Nice.
Although, it's about to change, I think. Maybe, no. Oh, yeah. Something's happening. Okay, no. Back in the line again. How British. This is very orderly. Oh. Yeah, it is kind of calming, isn't it? Who is going to escape first? Oh, it's Hanabi. Descending. Hanabi won! Someone not from the dynasty. The dynasty. Right, 8th lapping race. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join. It is very simple to join. Welcome in, Lena. Thank you for joining.
Hi.
Very much appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a nice day. We are having some fun with some marbles. There's 4 of us in at the moment. If anyone else wants to join, you still have time. Hey Socks, how you doing?
Hi, Socks.
Hope you are well. Lovely to see you. And not long, Socks, till I see you in person.
I'm gutted. I'm not around.
Oh, Colin, you got to have the exclamation mark next to the letter P, otherwise it don't work. Oh, I know. It's funny because in theory, like, in the grand scheme of things, I won't be that far from you, but it's just it's Colin, you still keep.
For fuck's sakes, man.
But it's just
Mind your
bad
flips.
timing. You can win marbles races, but you can't type the word play.
I know. It's fucking terrible.
Classic. There we go. We got there in the end. If anyone else wants to join, I will start a 30-second countdown, so there's still time, just by typing !play in the chat.
Uh-huh. Is the time he was typing?
Oh, you got plate up, Socks. Oh my god. Oh, Socks, we should play together sometime. Let me know when you're up for doing that, as I would be totally down for that. Maybe we can both stream it or something. That could be fun. And yeah, me and Mrs. R have played it a couple of times now. I'll try not to be too bossy. Poor Jasper, I think got the bad end of my.
If it wasn't you, it was me.
That's true. It was between both of us. Well, Socks, let me know if you're up for playing it sometime, as I definitely would be. I would be well up for that. I mean, I could be up for doing it tomorrow evening, to be honest. What do you think, Mrs. R?
Yeah, I'd be up
Can
for
do it
that.
tomorrow.
I can always
And-
like do my stream in the afternoon, and then I can just be there for modding and things.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's. You're very dedicated to the craft.
I do my best. I'm not quite at the standard that Lottie has modding at.
Lottie is an expert mod. Socks is another
yeah.
very, very good mod. Like,
Yeah, Socks, you're excellent too. In fact, so good.
I'm very lucky with my mods, actually, to be honest. I'm a fucking useless mod. I'm a mod on multiple channels, and I have rarely done anything useful. Oh my god, Socks, I love this clip. It's the little ass wiggle in The Sims. It's so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you so much doing the shout out.
No problem.
And I think Socks, you gave a shout out to Mrs. Riddick there, didn't you?
You gave me one, or somebody gave me one earlier.
Yeah, Socks has just done like the Twitch shout out that the one that's built in within Twitch. You know what I'm. Socks, you won, and now you're flying into space.
Yay.
Space Socks, and you got a new track record.
Nice.
Congrats. The slash command, yeah, that's it.
Ah, that one.
Yeah, Socks. So I'll probably be doing some plate up tomorrow evening. So if you happen to be free and feel like joining, then let me know. No pressure either way. But I'll be doing it anyway. So the invite is open. Exclamation mark play if you would like to take part in the marbles round. Marbles. Marbles. Bleh. Bleh. Do you know what? I've just noticed none of my... I've had 2 follows. Thank you, Elena, for the follow. And it's not come through. And I'm wondering
Oh.
if... Because I get mine through... Hang on, it's the alert box. That's what I'm looking
Oh
at.
yeah, I see it through the activity feed.
Yeah, it's in the activity feed. So where is... Alert box
Did
is
the
there.
one for Did the one for Abraham come up as well?
No, it didn't. Interesting.
Because you've got one there as well.
Just through Streamlabs, I think I've still got my... We're going to do a test one. Wonder why. Oh.
Have you worked something out?
No, I thought I had, but I haven't. Host dashboard. Right, let's have a look at the alert box. Copy. Right, firstly, I'm going to just do a test follow.
Didgeridoo.
Okay, so it does work.
And Wendell T.
It just so happens that those ones did not.
I might have known.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. So that follow works. I don't know why. It might just be that that might be because I've now opened Streamlabs, and it might have been that it's been ages since I connected it or something.
Maybe.
But who knows? Every so often these things go awry. Exclamation mark play if you would like to take part in the marbles race. I'm going to start a 30-second countdown now, so if you haven't joined yet, then there's still time. And for those of you who haven't seen on my Discord, then the date of my stream anniversary, 3 years on Twitch, which I can't believe it's been 3 years. That will be the 23rd of April, running into the 24th. So during the day, from the morning right through the afternoon into the evening, and probably till about, depending on, it's a subathon, so the length of time will be partially determined by the number of subs. I'm obviously going to have a minimum and a maximum time it can run for, just to be fair to myself and also to make sure there is a reasonably substantial stream. I think what I'll do is I'll have the minimum time will be, I think this, tell me if you think this sounds reasonable, but I think the minimum time will be about 4 hours, because that's about how long a lot of my streams are anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of my streams lately have been 4 hours, so that to me seems sensible, because then at the very least I've got a normal stream length plus however many, and then I need to work out how many minutes each sub adds. But it's been a while since I've done a subathon. Trying to think when the last one I did was. I think I did one in Phasmo a while
I honestly
back.
can't remember, if I was honest.
It must be. It might even have been my birthday, actually. You know. That might be how long ago it was. Because I didn't stream last year. I didn't stream nearly as much as I did the year before. So. Because last year it was a year of change. A year of loose change. No. Oh, somehow I'm in the lead. That's suspicious. I don't know why I'm saying that's suspicious, because to be honest, there's no way I'm winning this Grand Prix on the penultimate round. Right. Who is going to win? Socks have been yeeted. No.
No.
That's Colin and Abby. Right. Mrs. Riddick, you're in the lead, but there's a lot of explosive devices in between you and the finish line. And with you and explosive things.
Things go boom.
Oh my god. One explosion after that. Oh! Oh, okay. You nearly threw me off the course. Charming. And so much spinning. Oh, it's neck and neck. Oh, that's... I'm just overtaking you. It's very close. The tension. And I won finally. It's the first. I think it's the only one I've won in the entire of this Grand Prix, and yet people will still cry rigged. So rude. Exclamation mark play. This is the final race of the Grand Prix. I probably will do another Grand Prix though, if people are up for some more. Probably won't do a quite as long a Grand Prix. And we'll do some more established maps for the next one. But we've got the final one of this Grand Prix. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. I had my first proper troll in a very long time on my last stream.
Yeah, I see. Like a couple of the bans.
Oh
and
yes,
things.
we had a very, very offensive word.
I
And then
see
we
that
also
one.
had an offensive drawing in Gartic Phone, which fortunately didn't make it to the screen because someone spotted it.
Good,
So it was
good.
very well handled, but still.
Still.
Oh, I scored another drop from my own stream. Exclamation mark play if anyone would like to join. Actually, while I'm leaving this open, I'm just going to go and get some more water. So anyone who hasn't joined yet, there's still time. Rightio. Right, I'll leave this open for a little bit longer, as this is the final race of the Grand Prix. Let's see who is going to win. Do 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 do. Right, 30-second countdown. You still have time. Mm-mm. There we go. And who is gonna win? I mean, I'm fairly sure that either you or Colin is gonna win the Grand Prix itself. At this point, the Tudors.
You never know.
I mean, it would be... I guess the only slight possibility could be that someone who was only in a small number of races and won all of them. That would be the only other way. Oh, I just got yeeted right at the end. Okay, no, here we go. This is another one of those ones.
Oh no.
Okay, no one won that one. Let's find out who won the Grand Prix, though. Over the course of the 12 races, we had a few different people, so there is enough of a leaderboard for it to be interesting. So I was in third, miraculously. Mrs. Riddick, you were in second, and I think that means... Colin, you came first.
Oh, yay.
So there we go. Look at that. Congratulations. And yeah, I wasn't that far off second place actually, weirdly. So there we go. That is quite a leaderboard. Right, let's have a look at doing some... You actually won at something. Right, let's do some standard maps. Let's go with... So I always like doing the haunted one. That's always one of my favorites. And I do like the is it Cosmic Chaos is a nice one. The dojo is quite difficult. Let's do 8. Dojo. I like Castle Siege, can be quite funny. Which is the Taking Flight's a good one. Eye of the Storm is quite funny as well. Let's put in the Paperclip. And then one more I will pick. Maybe Pixel's Death Alley. Why not? That sounds cheerful. Right, which one is going to be first? I think, is it the haunted one? Yes, it is. Right. To join the haunted one. Exclamation mark play. So if you'd like to join, type exclamation mark play in the chat. It's very simple. And let's see if you survive the ghostly goings on. I'll leave it open for a moment. Anyone who wants to join, it's very simple. Will your marble survive? It does look poisonous, doesn't it? I'm not sure this is going to score highly on the food safety inspection.
Probably not.
No. They've upgraded this map since they first did it because it's got lots of like it's got all the zombie hands sticking out the ground now as well.
All right.
It's yeah, it's much more. There's
Actually,
much
to be
more.
fair, I don't remember you starting at the cauldron.
Yeah, that's
It was something
relatively
else.
new. It certainly didn't look like this anyway.
No.
That's true, Hanabi. Maybe it's healthy. Maybe it's like a sort of kind of green smoothie of some kind.
Something with KO.
Yes, it's bubbling though, so I've started a countdown, so if you haven't joined and you'd like to, it's exclamation mark play. Who wants to try first? You first, Hanabi. You go first. Here we go.
No way you want to.
Not that hungry, had pizza for dinner. Well. Okay, Mrs. R, you on the lead so far, but this is... You can get carried away by these, like, glowing... Oh, look at all those hands sticking out the ground. Oh. Oh.
I gone already.
Oh, you've been carried away.
Okay, bye everyone.
Right.
I am gone.
Oh, no. Colin's being taken away as well.
Oh, bye.
That's 50% of us gone. I've also... The same... It can happen in the house as well. I can't remember who it was. It was... Was it you, actually? Maybe you would... Or someone was just right near the end of the course. And they got taken away just before...
I can't remember.
It was the other day when I was playing this. Yeah, they've improved the overall sort of aesthetic quality. I think part of it makes my stream go a bit funny, but we're not there yet, so... But it's fine. Yeah, it's a bit jumpy. For some reason it does it with this one and not with other...
Oh, oops, I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, it's a little bit jumpy. And Abby, you're so close. And you're in. And I'm in. Yay! Well done, everyone. Those of us who made it, that is. For you! Well done, Hanabi. Cosmic Chaos is next. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join this next one. This one is traveling through space.
Ooh.
I hope you've got your spacesuits ready.
Oh shit, no.
Oh.
Fuck, I'm dead then.
Well, you're gonna freeze and possibly explode.
Nice.
Actually, I don't think you'd explode necessarily. Because they always say that it's like the pressure change, but I don't think that's how it works. Like, it's quite gruesome either way.
That'll please my child then. Gruesome death. It's just so delighted.
Always the cheerful stuff.
Oh yes. I have visions of her now. Can I watch?
Right, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown, so if anyone else wants to join, there is still time. And you just type exclamation mark play in the chat, and that is that. And that rhymed.
Yeah. Let's go here.
Here we go. Who is going to complete the cosmic chaos first? Do. Oh. attention. Everyone's taken the same path except me. I appear to have taken a slightly different route. Because I like to be different. Oh. Uh-oh, Mrs. Riddick, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know what am I
phew.
doing.
Oh, you nearly yeeted yourself.
Oh god.
But it's all good for now.
Magic.
It was a close call. Actually, where are you now?
I managed to get a hold of a recipe called golden shrimp balls.
Oh. Sounds... Did you ask the shrimp before taking their bowls?
I didn't even get permission for me to get this either. It's not something I wished for. I didn't want that.
I don't want shrimp balls.
Did not give consent to receive this gift.
Oh dear. Right. Hanabi, you are currently in the lead, but it is close. Planet Earth looking lovely. We're currently over South America. Hanabi, you won again. It's the second race in a row.
Colin, what are you playing at? You're letting us down.
Colin came second. And you came last, Mrs. Riddick. So, I mean, you haven't actually made it yet, so you haven't come last yet, but you will. To rub salt in the wound, but... And you're in.
Yay.
Okie dokie. Right, the dojo. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join this next round. Dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. So yeah, anyone who wants to take part, it's very simple. I've said it many times, but it bears repeating. Exclamation mark play to join the game. Exclamation mark play and you're off and away. Welcome in, Katagawa. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining. Oh, and hey, Miss Fame, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hope everyone is well today. I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. I'm not too bad, thank you, Fame. I am relatively tired, but good. Had a nice evening and day. Nice night yesterday, and went to visit my friend and visit Henry the puppy and Susan the cat. Henry was cuddling last night, so he did keep me awake a little bit because he took all the duvet. Little puppy. Very silly little puppy. Henry is my fur baby. Susan is the OG. Right, I'm in the lead, so that's suspicious, of course.
As always.
Yeah, anything I do is suspicious, to be honest. Oh. Oh, it's kind of neck and neck between us. Oh, what's happening? I remember this one seems to always have a quite high yeet potential. Oh, Hanabi, you're trying to make a break for first again. Oh, except you've been yeeted, so that can't happen now. Oops. Oh, and I've been yeeted as well. Okay. Okay. So, Fame, you are currently in the lead because Mrs. Riddick's been yeeted. Oh no, Katagawa's now in the lead. It's close. So once again, most of us have gone. My commentary keeps giving everyone false hope. Because even though I'm seeing it first... you can ignore Doc Frost in front there because that's showing the previous best score on the channel. So... Oh, no, Fame, no. Okay, right. It's just Colin and Katagawa left now. So close. So close yet so far. But not surprising. Fame, I love your positive outlook on this. Right, here we go. Here we go. Colin won. Nice work. I don't know if you've seen history on this game. Should be fair. No, I haven't. Do not rate your odds at all. Okay. Right. Next map. Castle Siege. Exclamation mark play if you would like to take part. And if you're new to the channel and you're enjoying yourself, feel free to drop a follow. Follows are free. And I'm hoping that my alerts are working because I tested it and it seemed to work, so who knows? Exclamation mark play if you would like to join. Do do boo, bam bam bam. We've just been enjoying a very nice, relaxing evening of marbles. Marbles. From my perspective, chat is almost entirely pink because of on my chat. So from my perspective, Colin's name comes up as pink, Hanabi and Fame. So it's just like a really pink chat.
I don't know, what's mine? Am I not orange or something?
You're orange, yeah. So you can break the chain.
There.
To paraphrase Fleetwood Mac. You can break the chain. Sorry, Fleetwood Mac, but it is possible. Pretty in pink, absolutely. Right, 30-second countdown. If you would like to play, just type exclamation mark play in chat. It's that simple. Very simple indeed. Pretty in pink and doing the stink. What? Fame. That's it's quite the phrase there. Right, who is going to win? Castle Siege is quite difficult because of all the rocks that get hurled at you. Right. That sounds like a great way to start a weekend, Hanabi. Right, Colin, you've got an early lead, but This is one of those ones where you can get pushed in reverse if you hit a rock. So, let's see what's going on back here. Okay, I'm in second, alongside myself, the ghost of myself. Mrs. Ritter, you are trying desperately not to go. Oh, you've yeeted yourself. I didn't even think
Okay.
yeeting was possible in this game. In this
Well,
map.
I like to.
That is the first time I've seen an actual yeet in this game, as opposed to just being like at the back of the line.
Oh well. I like to.
That is-
different.
You're breaking new ground.
Yep.
Fame,
Right
you
to
aren't.
the difference.
Fame, you're struggling to go forwards. Colin is in front just about. But here comes the ghost of me and me. Oh. Come on, Colin, you're buried in rock. Okay, there we go. More rock. R.I.P. Entombed.
Where the hell have I ended up at?
Oh. Oh. Oh, you've been overtaken by me, which is suspicious. Katagawa is still going forward. Fame, you are still going forward. Okay. Hanabi, you are also still going forward. This is good. It's always nice when people are going forward rather than backwards. Colin, you've entombed yourself again. Which I think, you know, is an interesting choice. You have freed yourself from your tomb. You're back in first place. You found another tomb. Nice. Oh, nope, you're going backwards now. Oh, Colin. Oh, Fame saved you. You were going backwards and you're now going forwards. Literally the only reason is that Fame pushed you. Were that not the case, you would have gone backwards. But instead you managed to come first. So I guess, Fame, you had a hand in that victory there. And Katagawa is going backwards. Commiserations. This is not going well for you. You are about to be met by the fiery wall of death. And there we go. Right. Well done, Colin. Taking flight. Right, let's go to the airport, everyone. We're about to take flight. Exclamation mark play if you'd like to join. Do, do, do. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I hope everyone is having a good time. Oh.
All right, Belter.
That, to me, is your catchphrase.
Yeah.
Like, that phrase almost more than anything else I associate with you.
It's just all right, Belter.
Mm-hmm.
But he is there. He's having something to eat.
Excellent.
It means I can't kick him.
For those who weren't here earlier, Mrs. Riddick is not trying to intentionally kick a cat.
No. He's got a tendency of sleeping on the pillow that sits at my feet. And sometimes I forget he's there.
Indeed.
Sometimes I stand on him. Sometimes I kick him.
Henry is very clumsy. For those who don't know, Henry is a puppy. And what will sometimes happen is he'll run in front of me and I'll trip on him.
Oh, I was watching some of that ones on what was it? Was it on TikTok? I was on. Yeah, I think it was TikTok. You're skipping along and dogs just chasing after you.
Oh, what with the Wuthering Heights playing in the?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my yes. If you'd like to see content like that, everyone, check out my TikTok. Oh, I didn't spell. I added a bracket at the end there. There we go. Got there in the end. Exclamation mark play if you'd like to join the game. I'm going to press start now.
Am I in?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are. You are.
I tried to question that.
Yes, indeedy. Yeah, there's yeah, that was so much fun. Just that's Henry's favorite thing is like when we're on a walk in a big open space, he'll bound ahead, and then if he'll stop when we're like miles behind. So if I run towards him, he gets so excited, and he just jumps around and like he'll chase his tail. He'll go crazy. So that video is like. And the thing is, because it's always out on the moorland, it's like out on the wild and windy moors, i.e. Wuthering Heights, was the perfect kind of reference there. I do love the part of the country that I live in. It's like having easy access to countryside. I was thinking that because I was getting the bus back today from visiting Tom, Henry and Susan. And the bus route just goes through like the most amazing countryside. It's just so pretty. It's very like dramatic scenery around here. Right, Colin, you're currently in the lead. We're approaching the concourse. Where you live is pretty dead. When you say dead, like, I mean, as in not much happens, or like deceased, like everything's dead? Right, I'm in the lead now, following the ghost, being followed by the ghost of myself. Not much happens. Okay. I mean, in the middle of Dartmoor, not much happens, but it's very pretty. There's like lots of hikes and stuff to do. I managed to go way ahead though. I don't know what happened there. I'm being followed by myself. The only person that's ever going to follow me. Myself. Oh, I think I beat my own record. That's fun. Yep, Fame, that is where I live. I live right down in Devon. I am all the way down in the southwest. Oh, auto mod. There we go. It's all right. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh, you're at the other end of the country, aren't you? Fame. Geordie Shore Life. I like the Northeast. I'm a big fan of Northumberland, and I'm a big fan of County Durham as well. I've been to Beamish quite a few times. And I've got quite a few friends in South Tyneside. I love the Northumberland countryside. Very pretty. Oh, we're in a storm now. You like living down south better? Interesting. It's expensive down here. Although Exeter's not expensive as London. Like where I grew up in London, and that was very expensive. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join the next round. We are on round 6 of 8. We are currently in a storm. Oh, cool. Yeah, I grew up in London. I grew up in West London. But I moved to Exeter 11 years ago this year. It'll be this September. That's crazy. 11 years. I was an Ealing baby. So yes, if you'd like to join, type !play in chat. Bam, badam, bam, bam. Hanabi, I don't know if you're still about, but if you'd like to join, there's still time. Oh really? I don't know Newcastle very well. I know I know the rural parts of like the northeast better than I know the urban areas. And I know County Durham's better than I know Tyneside. So Fame, I'm gonna be up in Middlesbrough in a month because I am setting up. So one of my jobs is I run exhibitions about the Titanic. And we've got an exhibition at Middlesbrough Museum that's going to be running throughout the summer. So a friend of mine's a collector. In fact, it's the same person that owns Henry and Susan. Tom, he is a collector. Ah, no, it's cool, Fame. It's cool. Also, no one is allowed to say good luck to any place with me because growing up in London, which is a huge city, you get everything in one city. Like, London is not a universally good or bad place like anywhere else. So, yeah. My first boyfriend lived in Dagenham in East London, and I saw a lot there. I saw lots of good and bad, as I do wherever I go. I like Middlesbrough, actually. I visited a couple of times, I quite like it. So, and the museum is really nice. So I'm looking forward to running an exhibition there. Right, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. So anyone who hasn't joined, you've still got time. Just type !play in the chat. Please do. I will send you the details. It's going to be running from... the start of May, I think, to the end of August, I want to say. Something like that. So it's quite a long time. I won't necessarily be there all the time because I'm not going to be resident in Middlesbrough the whole time, but the exhibition will be there even when I'm not. Which reminds me, I have a long to-do list for the exhibition. It's only a month away and I've got so much to do still. So, Right, here we go. We're not at the vortex yet. Fame's leading the charge into the storm. It is the weirdest disaster film ever. Yeah, we've got Titanic exhibitions now booked up to 2026, which is crazy. So that's exciting. Because museums can now hire us, which is very cool. Right, Fame, you're first into the hole. Are you gonna get chucked out? Or are you gonna go all the way through? Oh, you went through, but you fell out. Colin, on the other hand, made it through. Mrs. Riddock, you fell out.
Yay!
It's just... Oh, I'm in the lead now. This storm is tumultuous. Oh, God. Fame. Yeah, it happens a lot. Let's not talk about it. Falling out the hole, eh? Mm-hmm. There's no shame in it. Happens to the best of us. Is that so, Fame? Is that so? Right. Time for moving from the Eye of the Storm to the Paperclip. This is the penultimate round, and I think I will make it. I think this Grand Prix will be the last one because I won't. I am quite tired, so I want to make sure that and I've got a few things to do before bed. So we will finish this Grand Prix, so this round of the next one. And then we will find someone to raid. So if anyone's got any ideas of some nice chilled streamers who are friendly and inclusive, then keep that in mind. Right, I'm going to start the 30-second countdown, but anyone else who would like to join, there is still time. Allegedly, Fame. Okay. Can neither confirm nor deny. It's the Duracell rabbit of sexual positions. That sentence is a sentence I didn't expect to say. Right, who will win? Oh, I'm very close there. If you sell them, then I'd like commission, please, Fame. Right, I'm in the lead again. This is very suspicious. You've gone from the dynasty being dominant to me. I guess if you're the Tudors, then I'm the Stuarts. I'm definitely James the First then, because he was the gay one. Mind you, the Stuarts were from Scotland, so... How's Genshin going, Mrs. R?
It's going good.
Excellent.
Just doing little questy things
Very nice.
for the people of the town.
It sounds like a nice chilled evening, actually. You've got marbles running. You've got Genshin.
Is it kind of at the point where, like, so I have considered, like, playing it for others to see, but then there's so many people play it. It's stupid, the amount of people that's playing it.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot of people who play Genshin.
Yeah.
Right, I won that one. That looks suspicious. Just ignore that. Oh wait, did I? No, I did. Yeah, I'm confused now. I've won 3 races, so... But somehow that doesn't put me in first place in the Grand Prix. Right, this is the final one, everyone. Exclamation mark play if you would like to join. This is the very last race of the evening. So if you'd like to join, this is your chance. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Right, I'm going to start a 30-second countdown. I like doing marbles as a stream. It's nice and low maintenance and silly and fun. I'd like to say I can describe myself as that, but I'm not sure how low maintenance I actually am as a person. I think I'm a lot less than I think I am. Right, this is Pixel's Death Alley. For some reason, this is the last one. That's my fault, I guess. Oh, oh, that was... Oh, Hanabi, you're racing against yourself. Right, this one has a high yeet potential, by the way, so... You might get caught out, just to warn you. This one it's a bumpy ride. It's a bumpy ride indeed. Oh, Colin has been yeeted. Bye, Colin. Off you go. Hanabi's still going. Off we go. Oh. Oh, this is very tense because everything is a yeet possibility. Oh, Mrs. Riddit. I think you've yeeted yourself. God. Yeah, you've.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Come on, Hanabi. Oh, it's between you and me, Hanabi. Fame, I don't know where you are at the moment.
I went, again?
Fame, oh. Okay, Fame has been yeeted as well. I think if I win this, then I win the Grand Prix. Yeah, I've won the race. Right, Hanabi, you're the only one that can actually beat me in the Grand Prix, so you might still win this. Right, let's have a look. Okay. Let's find out who won the Grand Prix. In third place. Oh, it's Hanabi. Hanabi's in third place. Yay. And in second place, we have Colin.
Ooh.
And in first place, it's me.
Hey.
Exclamation mark. What was the... Rigged. My God, my brain. Exclamation mark rigged. Thank you so much, everyone. That was fun. I enjoyed that very much. Exactly, there we go. Right, I'm going to switch screens now.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Does anyone have any suggestions of people to raid?
I'll jump out and let you go and get your raid and everything done.
Okie
I actually
dokie.
might go to my bed at a decent time instead of being up till 7.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, we can, and yeah, I'll be up for doing some plate up tomorrow. So just let me know. I think 7:30ish. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, fantastic.
See you then.
See you then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Right. So we'll be doing some plate up tomorrow evening, 7:30. So if you'd like to tune in for that, then please do so. Let's have a look and see who's online. If you have any suggestions of any like inclusive streamers in particular, that would be lovely. Which we always like to raid friendly people. If not, I should hopefully be able to find someone to raid. See who we've got online. There's a few. I've got a few options. So okay, so I've got definitely one. So there's definitely one person. Let's go and raid Tata for now. Who is... Yeah, let's go and raid Tata for now. She's doing GeoGuessr. Okay, right. If you are not a subscriber, you can use that one. If you are a subscriber, then you can use that one. We're going to raid Tata for now, who's someone I know from the Twitch Sings days. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I will copy that raid command. Nightbot doesn't have a subscription, so it can't use some of the emotes, which is a shame, but there we go. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here. I really appreciate your company this evening. I've really enjoyed playing marbles. We will be back tomorrow with Plate Up, which is a great game. You can join in as well from the chat. You can join the restaurant and order food and cause chaos for me and Mrs. R when we are playing. So thank you so much everyone for being here. Right, let's go and head over to say hello to Tata for now. I will catch you on the flip side. Thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated. Always happy to have you lot in chat. Right. Have a great evening, everyone. I will catch you soon. Have a lovely time. Bye, 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 bye.